Hello and welcome back to Into the Verse Toys. My name is Josh and today we're going to have another look at some of my pickups. Now there's no Toy Fair inclusions this time, simply because there haven't been any fairs around this area and there hasn't been any of the big ones that I usually go to, like NEC or Sandown. There's basically don't happen over the summer, so I have to wait till October till the first time I can go to one of those. So everything you see here today will be things that I've got from fellow collectors on Facebook groups and a few bits and pieces from eBay. So let's have a little look at what I've picked up. Okay, so the first thing that I am going to show, because I just want to get it out of the way, is, and you can see that I'm wearing the t-shirt right here today, the Loot Crate box number 3 this is. Number 1 has already shipped to some customers, many are still waiting on them. Number 2 seems to be held in limbo somewhere, and obviously we're hoping that 4 will come at some point. But I'm not going to go into this because I'm hoping to do a full video on this, so keep an eye out for that video. The next thing I found was from a Facebook group. It's something that I've been looking out for a while. I'm a big Jurassic Park fan, as I've mentioned in the past, and my favourite character, like many's, is Dennis Nedry, and this kit popped up on Facebook for a good price, so I had to grab it, and that is the Amber Collection Dennis Nedry, and this is for, the one with the Barbasol can. He does also have an alternate face with the green spit on his face from the scene with the Dilophosaurus. But I chose to display him like this, so it comes with a little foot stand, which is really handy because he doesn't stand the best. He does have another hand or two, but yeah, I really like the Barbasol can. And his glasses are actually really cool, they're really well made, and I just prefer this head sculpt personally to the one with the green slime on it, so that's the way I've chosen to display it. I also like to pick up comic books and other different media from the franchises that I'm interested in, and the first one that I grabbed was this Hook comic book. So this is a comic representation of the film from the 90s, and this is from 1991. So you can see Hook on the front there, and it's in really nice condition. This was an eBay pickup, and the artwork's pretty nice. What I like about it is it all looks quite different to the movie in terms of the character design. They haven't just redrawn the actors, so I quite like that because it makes it a little bit different. But I love this film, one of my favourite films growing up, so I grabbed that. And the next was a Masters of the Universe comic book, and this is again from the film, the motion picture film, and it's the Winter Special. I really like the artwork, as always, with He-Man stuff, so I had to add that to my collection. So just a few pages, some really nice comic book artwork in there, reminiscent of the mini comics that came with the figures. And next up, a very familiar franchise on this channel, and if you ever are in the same groups as me on Facebook, then you'll know that I'm a big Earthworm Jim fan, as I've talked about lots on this channel in the few videos that I've done so far. And the first thing I picked up on eBay, I was missing Major Muck, I believe his name is. Let me just check. Major Mucus, sorry, Major Mucus, and he goes with Psychro. I didn't have him, so I grabbed him. The reason I was looking down is because I also picked up the Psychro mint on card, and as you can see, he comes with Major Mucus in there, so that was a really nice addition. I already have him, obviously loose, that's why I got Major Mucus, but I wanted him on card as well. Spoken about that before. I'm trying to get all of the Earthworm Jim figures on card and loose. And then lastly, for the Earthworm Jim figures, I've got an actual Earthworm Jim. So he's the only standard one I have so far. I do also need him loose, but this popped up on one of the groups, so I grabbed him for a really good price. Next up is another Playmates line that I've recently got into. I found out about them not long ago through watching, I think it was Retro Geek Out, some of his videos, and he was doing some hunts. It might be one of his American hunts, and he came across these, and it sort of struck a small memory in my brain, and so I did a bit of research and found out about Exo Squad. And the first one I picked up was this one here, and I've got it written down. This is so they're all E-frames. This is Field Sergeant Rita Torres, and this is from Series 2. What I didn't know when I got it was actually for a mech figure from the 90s, they're actually pretty well articulated, so there is some sort of in and out there. The arms spin around on a ratchet, the elbows go in and out, and they've got a little hydraulic sort of system going on in the elbow there that moves, which is really, really cool. This one has a gun here that springs back and then fires. The hatch opens up, and there's a sort of Matrix style life cord in there, umbilical cord type thing, and the figure will sit inside there, like that. So it opens up. The legs obviously move as well, and the ankles or the feet move up and down as well, and they also go in and out. So that's really cool. So that was the first one of those I grabbed. My plan was to hold off buying any more until I went to America. However, I did spot a few that came up because they're not very common in the UK. So the next one, or one of the others I picked up, was this one, which is a Thermal Scan Track Wolf Bronsky. So Wolf Bronsky is the pilot, Thermal Scan Track is the E-frame, and this is from Series 6. So the first one I showed you is missing quite a lot of pieces. This is also missing some pieces. There should be a unit on top. He's missing one of the rockets in there, and I think that's it actually. He's got the little, there's a little card in there, digital card, which I'm surprised. In fact, the yellow one I just showed you, Rita Torres, also came with one tiny little card there, which I'm surprised is still in existence. But this did come with the pilot, who is inside, so that's Wolf Bronsky. Like I say, that's from Season 6 or Series 6, so I think this is like the third, maybe, version of that E-frame. Different colours, basically. And then the final one that I got was one of the special release figures, and this is a exo converting figure, and the pilot is JT Marsh, and it's called the Aerial Attack E-frame. So this is the second, I believe, of the Aerial Attack E-frames, and the reason it's called exo converting is because you can transform it into a sort of bike, a bit like the back bike where you lie forward and hold onto the handles. And this guy's, I think, I think it's entirely complete, this one. It's got everything there, so he's got the gun here, this bit and this bit here come together to form a front wheel. He's got the rocket sort of booster things on the side there. The stickers are really nicely applied. So yeah, I was really, really chuffed with him, and he's still got both of his handles in there. And it opens up so you can see JT Marsh in there. The only thing I don't have is the weapons for the figure itself. I think there's a pistol and a rifle or a knife or something. Yeah, really, really cool. So when I go to America in September, that'll be one of the things I'll be looking out for sure. And the last set of figures that I'd like to show you today are all Masters of the Universe figures. It was never really a big thing for me growing up watching He-Man, so it's not so much of a nostalgia thing. With toys, the thing that hits me the most is the feel and the look and the design of the toys. And I think He-Man just hits all of those things for me, especially the bad guys. So I've picked up a few recently, and I've filled some really big holes in my collection, which I'm happy to say. So let's have a little look now at what I've found. Okay, so the first He-Man, I've got a few here. The first Masters of the Universe figures figure that I picked up was actually one that is my first He-Man figure complete, certainly, that I've picked up, and it is a lovely 1981 Taiwan, I believe. Yeah, Taiwan. And I have a feeling it's one of the 8-backs who has the sort of funny belly button there. He's got the short straps. It has been fixed, but actually to a really nice standard. So I was more than happy with that. The paint's really good on his head. Bit of chew to the sword there, it's a little bit bent, but all round happy with it. Paint's pretty good. Got a little bit of chip, a little bit of paint rub on his toes, but just really happy to add an actual He-Man to my collection. The second figure then that I would like to show you is something that is a sort of a duplicate in my collection, I guess, but it is a variant. So in a previous video I showed you a Greenbelt Merman that I picked up because I just love the design of the Merman figure. However, that one was a France version, and he's just here. So he has a sort of rubbery, different sort of darker coloured head, and the sort of more bluey body there. And he is from France. I'd really like to get all the original 8-backs in some form or another, and they generally are from Taiwan, or they all are from Taiwan. So that was next on my hit list, and I managed to find one. And he's just here, so you can see he's got the green belt. His head and body colour are a little bit more similar to each other. It is the rubbery head. He has the short straps there, and he is in really lovely condition. You can see that his face, he has no face rub, unlike my other one that has a little bit of rub around the eyes. Oh, he's got a little bit of a chip on his teeth, but that's about it. The legs are okay, they're not the best, but he does stand, so that's okay. I'm going to get a load of stands for my He-Man figures, because as you can see all behind me here, they're a little bit precarious to say the least, so I was just so happy to get hold of him. I have already, you can see a Skeletor there. I have a few different Skeletors of battle armor and the Dragon Blast, sorry, Terror Claws there. But I have the original He-Man there, all complete. However, as I said, I really wanted the 8-back, so I was searching for a long time, and there are a few hallmarks to figure out which ones the 8-backs are with this, just like with the Merman. So I grabbed this original 8-back Skeletor, so he's got the half boots there. He has the purple pants, where he normally has black, and then the other two telltale signs, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it on here, are the pink cheek, so he has sort of like a peachy pink colour just on the inside of his cheeks there, and I don't think you'll be able to see it in the video. He also has some sort of turquoise paint around his eyes. So again, really happy to get hold of that, and it is complete. The belt at the back of the belt's a bit chewed up. The sword is a bit chewed up and it's missing the guard here. The staff is a bit chewed up, but the figure is the main thing for me, obviously, because that's the most valuable part, and that's the bit that has the variation parts on it. So again, really chuffed. I've just looked for so long for one of these half boot, pink cheek, turquoise eyes Skeletors. So I added him immediately as soon as I found him. And even more to my surprise, it was a guy that lives about 10 minutes up the road from me. So thank you very much to Wayne. Again, I said I love the design of He-Man figures. So Merman, Skeletor, they're two of my favourites. And the third figure that I love in terms of design is Hordak. So I do already have a Hordak just back there, and he's sat on his ride there. Mantisaur, I forgot his name for a second. But I would love to own all of the different Hordaks, just like with the Skeletors, so I grabbed this Hurricane Hordak, who you can see works really well. He's got his weapon in his hand there, and he's got one of the other ones here. So all of these attach into his arm. You can change them over. So you could add this one here, just push it in, and then he's got a little spinny bit on the back there. Spin it around, and the sort of Vacuchrome gold is in really nice condition. His face is in really nice condition. Yeah, he's just all round a really good looking figure. So the final figure that I'm going to show you today, and this is, for me at least, a real grail. And again, just like with the half boots Skeletor, I've been looking for this guy for a long time. Especially at a decent price and in decent condition. Now I saw this come up on eBay. I actually contacted the guy to ask a few more questions, the seller, and my main concern with Scare Glow, as it always should be, is the validity of the accessories, so whether they're genuine or not. So I asked around lots and lots of people, got extra photos, asked lots of questions about stamps and all those kind of things, and eventually decided that all of the marks were there, and I was happy with it, and so I went for it, and I'm glad I did, because now I've got it, I can tell that it's absolutely genuine, and that is this Scare Glow figure here. You can see he's complete, and it's the version with the glow-in-the-dark halberd there, and he has his cape, which is, again, as soon as I saw the photos I could tell it was genuine. It's sort of ever so slightly frayed at the bottom here. The elastic, you can tell, around his neck is old because it's fairly brittle, just through age, not through misuse or anything. And the condition of this guy is near perfect. The only thing is, and if you can see here, there's a couple of little scratches on his chest, small scratches. But his cape, I've given it a little bit of an iron, very carefully ironed out the collar. Even though it's still wrinkly, I quite like that. Looks a bit sort of haggard and old and terrifying. And he glows really, really nicely. Again, his legs are a little bit on the wobbly side. I'm very reluctant to upgrade or to swap out the bands in there for he-bands, just because I'm terrified of damaging this guy. There's always a risk with doing those things that you could damage the crotch in there. So I'm just going to leave him. I would try and get a stand for him so that he stands a little bit easier, and I don't have to worry about those bands until they just completely deteriorate. And then I'll go from there. But this is now probably my favourite figure in my whole collection. I would say it's on par with my Dino Riders T-Rex up there, but obviously a lot more playable and handleable. And I'm just absolutely chuffed to bits with him. I could not be happier. So that is all of my toy pickups from the last 6 weeks since my last video. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, click the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. That would be amazing. And if you'd like to have a look at our stock, we have tons and tons of stock on the website at www.intotheversetoys.co.uk, and we're always happy to answer questions. So if you want to get in contact with us, you can do that through Instagram or through Facebook Messenger, either through myself, if you know how to contact me, or through Into the Verse Toys directly. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. And until next time, remember, collect, play, be proud.